be Saturday through Friday, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I'm doing a morning one on this fine Saturday. We are 1 month away from election. I figured it's a prime time to go live about this because you know what? I'm going to be talking about never. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like, subscribe button, whatever, and the notification bell. I always suck at this whole crap because you know what? At the end of the day, I I'm really not a YouTuber. I'm more of an Instagram person. I'm on there more religiously than I'm on here. I should go on there more often once we get this whole thing figured out. We will be on here more often. Um, but we're 1 month away to find out if America's going to stay free or if we're going to be more so in corruption. Um, this message does not go for the Trumpers, but please keep watching. I think it'll be entertained. This is more so for the Never Trumpers. We are 1 month away from freedom for another 4 years, you could say. For the attempts of Trump's life, to him also being put in jail, the impeachments, everything that Trump went through, he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for you. So the Never Trumpers out there, his so-called rhetoric. It's not him that's doing it. It's the freaking left. Basically, him calling him basically a Nazi, like a Hitler, Stalin, any other dictator. That has always been the left that's been doing this. It's one of those things where you got to think about it for a second here. Who do you really trust when it comes to the media? Hell, I'm a person in my basement, spare bedroom. This is my dad's rant office. I actually have my own office. I have a Trump flag. People, why is it Trump like he's? It's you missed me yet flag. It's not like he's freaking dead or asleep. See that's what bugs me is like people are like they're giving me shit about it, but it's funny. It's like I get what you're saying, but let me put the computer up a little bit. You miss me yet? Oh man, I do love this flag. It's one of those things I don't want it to actually have the wear and tear of Mother Nature. Because lately the wind has been a biatch. But let's get back to the Never Trumpers. Because this one is for them. We have 1 month before this whole thing goes down, the rigmarole, aka voting. You get 1 month to decide if you're gonna actually be possibly be a Trumper. Let's be honest, some of those Never Trumpers are probably Trumpers. They're just not saying it. But to the real, honest Never Trumpers, what has Kamala done for you for the last 3.5 years? What has Tim Walz for Minnesotan people done for you? The fact is, they're both cons. They both suck at their job. One of them literally sucks at her job. But at the end of the day, we are at a precipice. I like to say that once in a while on here. But we're at the turning point right now here in America. Do you want to be the land of the free because the home of the brave? AK, that would have to be Trump. How dare you, Des? Oh, I dare, I dare. Or do you want to be enslaved again? Before Abraham Lincoln? Because this is what we're looking at right now. It's not hyperbole. What it actually is the truth. The left hates you, and they're only looking out for their actual old checkbook, making sure their bank account stays actually legit. The fact is, Trump, for his first 4 years, he actually gave $1 a year, took $1 in. The rest he gave away. He didn't need the money. He was not there for the money. He was a man of grace, love for this country, and at the end of the day, he cared about the American people. And actually the globe, to be honest, because he depleted wars. But to you Kamala voters out there, what has she done other than a lot of clackling, doing absolutely nothing, and doesn't give any purpose of life on this planet other than freaking making more money in her pocketbook? She's a joke. What is her policies? Hey, for any of you that are watching at this point right now, what are her policies going into this election, other than stealing some of Trump's stuff? Everything she's talked about is actually really what Trump's going to be doing already. But she's a Democrat. They're going to steal everything they can. Giggity. To any anti-Trumper at this point, shame on you. And I'll be honest, you got a special place in the pits for you. Trump is not a bad guy. He's an ass, but he's our ass. The fact is, I would love to meet Trump, give him the biggest hug he's ever had, actually, and say thank you. Praise God because we had Trump for at least 4 years. To those never Trumpers out there, maybe within the next month you might turn your mind around. Actually, you'll change it. I don't think you will because you have that severe version of the Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. I think it's funny. How can you hate Trump that much? How much CNN, how much MSNBC do you actually really watch? Seriously, that's my question for you. To actually be that faulted by what Trump really never did. Everything was lies. Everything on there they were saying were lies. Maybe, well, I'll say 98% of it. I'm sure 2% they maybe got right. But they hate Trump so much, it is so sad. And at the end of the day, if you're going by that little percent that they got right, well, then maybe you got the mental disorder, and you should probably go in for getting that shit taken care of. Because bloody hell, to hate Trump that much shows you how stupid you really are. I love it. I love it. At the end of the day, and yes, I'm not looking at prompter, I'm looking away. I'm just thinking in my head what I'm going to say. This is what happens when you go live about just something like this. It's like, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if you hate Trump that much, before he became president, everybody loved him. But then he was as a Republican. How dare Trump? How dare he? How dare he? Oh, shame, shame, shame. You can shame him all you want. But you know what? What he did for us for the 3 years, then there was a China virus. It was outstanding. More money in our pockets. Gas prices were low. AK more money in pockets. Grocery stores were cheaper. AK more money in pockets. Military, police departments were respected. The border was getting protected. But how dare you, Trump? How dare you? I love it. It's like you can't make this stuff up. But the TDS actually is real. We got 1 month. 1 month. Then it's election time. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Oh, by the way, since the last time I went live, I gotta take my face off for a second here. Actually, this is tough on the YouTube. So last week I turned 40. Oh, there we go. I hate cameras because it's the opposite direction. So figure put my crown on here for at least a little bit here. The king of YouTube. The king of YouTube. I would never say it. People tell me. Gotta have a little bit of fun on here. At the end of the day, to people that actually hate Trump that much, I feel sorry for you. It's time for you to wake up, and it's time for you to say, what do we really need? Do we another 4 years of the calculating C word and slavery? Because they will make you into slaves. Obama actually had pretty much made that speech a long time ago. That people are too stupid to make up the minds for everybody else. That the government's got to do it for them. She's just another piece of the Obama administration. That is what's so scary. In 30 days, we're going to find out where the American people really stand. freedom? Because in reality, when it comes to the entire globe, we are last stance of freedom. People will say, "Well, Dez, you're a little bit extreme on that one." No, 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 no. It's been said many times over. Not just not on this page, but many times over on other platforms where people will say that we are the last stance of freedom. And do we want to be the generation that lets future generations down? And they will depopulate. If they get a chance, they will depopulate. So next month, November 5th, 2024, will be, at least in modern times, the biggest day in America history. Are you going to go for the side of slavery, aka Kamala and Tim? uh, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. It's funny. Okay, screw it. Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim. Oh, God dang it. I think it's hilarious. I was like, I don't know if I want to say it on here, uh, but I did anyway. Or do you want to be a side of Trump and JD Vance? It's the last stance of freedom. And I think from this point on, every election is that way. 2020, they can't do what they did back then. They really can't. There is no China virus anymore. They can't make a freaking flu in a month's time. That's going to be globalized. It's up to you, the American people. It's up to you, the patriots. It's up to you. Every vote does matter. And I hate when people say, oh, one vote doesn't matter. Every fucking vote matters. If Trump will lose one state by one vote and you didn't go in, one vote doesn't matter. That is on your ass then. At least it would have been tie. They would have to recount. Either way, they would be doing recount anyway if it's that close. But you know what I mean. I actually have the 5th and the 6th off. I actually will be going live for a while on here. I'll be going live a while on Instagram. I'll be going live even on Facebook, which I haven't done in a long time. Both of those days. And hopefully by the 6th, we find out who it actually is. Good or bad. Just get it done with right away. We're at precipice here in this country. Globally, many countries have said America's the last stance of freedom. I actually agree with them. We're the last country that's got freedom of speech, freedom to actually bear arms. I know some countries you can actually have a gun. Otherwise, they'll steal them anyway, and they'll have guns anyway. The bad guys will, and this and that. But this is the only country where we have most freedoms, most freedoms. I won't even say a percentage because like I get dumbass because then people will fact check me. When it comes to guns, it is so important. And the fact is, at the end of the day, I think come November 6th or 7th, whatever it'll be called, I think there's gonna be fights. I really do. Politics became big as a Trump. Actually, Obama was the big push, but he was pushing it the wrong direction. The PC culture, cancel culture, trying to take people down that were actually having fun. Like this platform would actually be off if Obama would still be president. Or the dictator, which he actually is still running power, let's be honest. Because he said it actually in an interview. If you could do it further on, he's like, I would not want to be the front guy. I'd rather actually do it on the sidelines. What do you think this term actually is? It is not Joe Biden presidency. It's Obama presidency. I mean, when it would be Joe Biden and Obama, nobody wanted to be by Joe Biden. They were always like shaking hands and hugging Obama. You think you're free yet? This next election is the biggest probably, possibly in America history. I've said this before. I'll say it again. We're this close to it to an NWO takeover. This will probably be the last election here in America. If Kamala wins, this will be the last election here in America. They just needed one more push, one more pull on this whole thing. And if they can beat Trump, they're like, we got him. We finally got him. And to all those illegals that are voting, because we know there's going to be a lot of them out there voting, we're watching you. And if Kamala wins because of you, we're coming for you. That's not even a threat, that's a promise. Us conservatives out there are done with the bullshit. If it's another 2020 election where it's rigged, it's time for conservatives and independents that are on the side of righteousness, side of love, not hate. It is time for us to take stance. The fact is, I don't like saying that, but there's a time for all this stuff to actually come to pass. Once again, I'm not a fan of it, but the fact is, if this actually goes the way the left wants it to go, which they're gonna get all these freaking illegals voting because they're gonna get free money and free whatever out of our taxpayer money. You have to vote Trump. This election is the last stance of freedom. And then 4 years from now will be the same thing. And then 4 years from that, from this point forward, will be the same stance of freedom. Every election from this point on will be the biggest election of all times. The Democrats are working on the NWO. The conservatives, aka Republicans, not all Republicans, there's some that are actually on that side already. They're all about the money, the douchebags, the ones that don't give a shit about you, myself, and your neighbors. They hate you. And I'm okay with that. At least we know where they stand. We know who they are. They have a special place in the pit as well. But when it comes down to it, we have 1 month till election. We're on October 5th right now, 2024. 1 month from now, biggest time in America history. And there's a lot of shit's gone down in America. I mean, a lot of stuff in this country has gone down. And when I'm talking about this, though, I'm talking about our freedom wise. Our freedom is actually at hand right now. What side are you going to want to be part of? You want to be side of freedom or slavery? Because the Democrats will not mind putting you back into slavery, except for that'll be all of us at that point. It is up to you to actually make the right decision come November 5th, and it's up to you to decide which part of history you're part of. The fact is, if you're libtard, I know you never watched this far in the video anyway. The fact is, I don't care. If you did, good for you, because I'm done right now. I'm done with my ranting. I feel much better. I really do feel better after I do a rant. I take that deep breath, and I do feel better. But for you true patriots, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Until next time. By the way, comment below. Do you want me to go live more often? I could go live. I could go live daily if you really wanted me to. But like with this whole thing, I'm not sure who's actually on. I can't see no comments. People could be watching right now. I don't even know. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's better off if I don't think anybody's on here and there's like all of a sudden 500 people. I would never say it. People tell. Quite frankly, it's better this way for Des to rant the way he does. But until next time, Trump 2024, like always, peace out and happy holidays.